Hey guys, it's Craig with Buy the Bootstraps, btbootstraps.com. Check out the store. We got some new shirt designs up there. Check out the social media. It's Facebook at BT Bootstraps. Links will be below. Want to do a video, kind of like a reaction video and kind of a discussion about a disturbing thing I see going on in the military services. And I just kind of really want to know what your guys' feedback is and your thoughts are. Read a story about a JAG officer in the Air Force who is the first Muslim female service member allowed to wear her hijab, her headgear at work in uniform. They claimed it was religious accommodations, which, okay, that's fine. But this goes in line with another story that came out earlier this year about a Muslim man who was given a shaving waiver for religious accommodation so that he could grow a beard because it was part of his religious accommodations. You know, I don't care what the religion is. Like, honestly, I don't care. Like, it just so happens that these guys were Muslims. And, you know, the fact is when you join the service, you accept that you're going to be relinquishing some of those liberties that you would have if you weren't in the military. You know, they get to tell you what to dress, they get to tell you what to eat, they get to tell you where to live, they get to tell you what you know to do, the kind of job that you're going to have. They're going to tell you, when you're going to get up. You know, it's the whole basic training thing to break you down, to build you up. One of those things that they do is they put you in a service uniform. The idea is that there's uniformity across the board. They don't want you to stand out. They don't want you to be different. They don't want you to have any features per se outside of like maybe skin color that they can point to and say, oh, this person adequately is different. They do that on purpose. There's a reason for that. And in recent memories, it seems as though they're bending those rules and restrictions for particularly one group of religious activity, and that's Muslims. Which I don't care if you're Muslim or Islamic. I personally don't care. I don't give 2 cents what your religion is. They shouldn't do it for anyone. My question is, if they allow this to happen for religious accommodations, are they going to allow, Jews to wear the yarmulke? That's a religious accommodation. That's a religious symbol. Why can't they do it? The more devout Jewish, and I can't remember what this particular sector of that religion is, but the guys who wear the full beards and the little tassels, that's something that they get to do because it's a religious accommodation. Do Christians get to wear crosses visibly on the uniform? I'm a Christian. At least that's my faith. Do I get to wear symbolism that defines me as a person? The answer should be across the board is no. And it's not because we don't want you to practice your religion. I mean, by all means, when you're not in uniform, do what you wish. Do what you want. If you want to be a Satanist and sleep in pentagrams, that's your deal. I wouldn't do it, but that's your deal. As long as you're not hurting anyone or doing anything, it doesn't really matter. But it seems like, and even recently, I think it's in 2015 or so, the Army had a Muslim who came in and wanted to have a beard as part of his religious accommodations, and they gave it to him. The whole reason why you don't want a beard and why you can't have a beard is so that when you're wearing a gas mask in the field of combat, God forbid if you have a chemical biological attack, it creates a seal around your face. And anyone who's in the service, they know this, all right? So I might be preaching to the choir. But it's there for a reason. If you've got this guy who you granted a waiver to because of his religious accommodations, is he now deployable? Can he go out in the field? Or is there some kind of caveat that says, okay, if you're going to get deployed, you're going to have to shave this? But is that going to disrupt his religion and his religious views? When you join the service, you accept the fact that you're going to make sacrifices. Or at least you should, and at least you should know that. I just find it dangerous to be making religious accommodations for other purposes and other things, you know. And if you go for one, you're gonna have to go for all, you know, and all the various different things that might be. I mean, again, I'm joking about this, but if I'm a Satanist and want to get a pentagram tattooed on my head, who is the Air Force or the Army or the Navy or the Marines to come back and say I can't do that? You know, if you allow one, you have to allow all. That's why you don't allow the one. It's not discrimination, and it's not because you personally may or may not like the religion. It's because that's not what the service is for. It's not for, you know, identifying one individual. It's for taking that individual and making them the group. Anyway, I'm just curious what you guys think about that. Oh, and one other thing. You know, I posted that comment on Facebook, and it started off as like, hey, I'm not ragging on the religion or anything like that, but I thought the whole point of having uniform was to be uniformed, and all these people start reaching in immediately with, this is hate speech, this is bigoted, and this and this and this and that. You know what? To all you guys, grow up. You know, people can have a conversation with you and disagree with you and not be any of those things that you claim they are. You know, they could just be concerned citizens. They could be veterans who have gone through this process and they know what it's supposed to be like, and they don't like seeing what they're seeing now, which is the case with me. It was not an attack on anyone. It was more of a, hey, what do you guys think about this? You know, when you guys reach out and your immediate reaction is, this is hate speech and this is racist, all you're trying to do is shut down a conversation because you don't personally like it. Well, fuck off, Buttercup. The world doesn't revolve around you. Anyway, comment below. Let me know what you guys think.